If I said safe sex to students today, what would they say? Sure, hey, Pam, I can sleep with 18 people. I got a piece of latex. Safe. We have kids saying stuff like this to each other. Well, I've never had unprotected sex. What in the heck does that mean? Since condoms aren't safe. Never have been, never will be. The only safe sex, and safe sex exists, the only safe sex is a safe partner. Someone who has never had sex, or if they have, hear me carefully, it has been 5 years from the last time they had sex of complete abstinence. Have them virally blood tested, know what they've got. The only safe sex is a safe partner. Saying no to sex will never hurt you. Once you've said yes, you've lost all guarantees. What if we didn't have AIDS and genital warts and herpes and syphilis and gonorrhea and chlamydia? What if I could give you a super condom? Sleep with 30 people, kids get desperate. What if I use 5, a bodysuit? There must be a way. Are there other reasons besides all this disease and pregnancy we might want to wait to have sex? I think so. I'm stupid enough to think sex is more than a biological act to meet a biological need. I am such an idiot, such a complete moron, that I actually think sex involves a little bit more than a few body parts touching. I am so old. I am such a dinosaur that I actually think sex involves your heart. And there is not a condom in the world that will ever protect your heart. When my daughter was in high school, she used to think she was the DJ in our vehicle. No one allowed to touch the radio in our car but my daughter. We're driving down the road, music's on loudly. She turned to me, she goes, Mom, we got to change the station. You're not going to like this song. Obviously, my daughter has heard the song. I would like to hear this song that she does not think I will appreciate. Please leave it there. Here were the exact words to this song. I am not kidding. You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals. Let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. Over and over again, the whole song. You and me, baby, ain't the love songs of the new generation. That is awesome. I looked at Kara, I said, Kara, at least he's being honest. At least he didn't say, I love you, you're beautiful, I have a ring. You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals. Sex means a whole heck of a lot more to me than the pigs on my farm. Sex has tremendous ability to bond. That's what it was intended to do. It was meant to be that part of me I gave to my husband, I gave to no one else. That part of him, he gave to me, he didn't give to anyone else. The one thing that would make our relationship unique when we abuse it, treat it like a recreational sport, there's a cost. When I didn't used to speak so much, I used to use duct tape, packing tape. I'd take it with me and I'd say sex is the ability to bond two people together, just like this tape. I'd take a big piece of that tape, rip it off, roll up my sleeve, and just wrap that duct tape around my arm. And it'd stick really good the first time I did that. So I don't want the tape here anymore, and I just rip it off, and pieces of my arm would come with the back of the tape. Move it on to the next person who was lucky enough to sit close and stick it to their arm. It'll stick a little. Never as good as the first time. Stick a little. Rip it off their arm. Now we got junk from their arm and my arm on the back of this tape. Move it on to the next person. Stick it there. Rip it off their arm. Now we got junk from theirs and mine. And pretty soon this tape's going to stick to nothing at all. It's got so much junk from everywhere it's been. You have sex with someone and the relationship ends. And you will take the junk from that relationship into the next, and then the next, and the next. High school kids say, yeah, but Pam, you don't get it. See, because we love each other. I mean, this is the person I'm going to spend my life with. We are never going to break up. It's going to last forever, at least until prom. How long do you think the average relationship lasts among teenagers today once they have sex, on average? 3 weeks is the average. Think you're in love? It's going to be forever. You have sex with that person 3 weeks later. The girl down at locker 257 is looking a little more exciting, or the guy on the basketball team, because football season's way over. Write your Dear John letter, Dear Jane letter. Break up, trash them with your friends. You've heard this done. Oh, they were a jerk, but this will be better. You know, all those other boys before you, that was just sex, but I love you. And I move on to the next and the next, and pretty soon I don't have anything unique to give to you that I didn't give to everybody before you. Except a few diseases I picked up along the way, and now sex is a game. It's a recreational sport. It's something we do in our towns across this country because we're bored and we couldn't think of a thing better to do. We're bored. Pam, we have sex, we're bored. Oh, there's a good reason to have sex. Unbelievable. Students, sex is the most valuable gift, one of the most valuable gifts. It is the most amazing gift of yourself that you will ever give. And if it becomes a game, if it becomes hooking up and friends with benefits to the point today where the average number of sexual partners for people under 30 in this country is 27.2, when we get to that place, it is no longer a gift of special. It's no longer unique. It's no longer you and you only. It becomes just something I do because I couldn't think of anything better to do. That's not what it was intended to be. You deserve the best that sex and intimacy and respect would ever be offered you. Do not settle for less than that. You are worth waiting for. I know there might be some of you tonight who have had sex and you're sitting here going, well, why did I have to listen to this? And maybe you've tuned me out and you've decided not to listen. If you've had sex and you've tuned me out, I need you to tune me back in. I don't care what you did before you came in today. What I care about is what you choose to do when you leave. And you can walk out of here and say, it doesn't matter, I've already done it. Don't need to listen to you, and you certainly don't need to listen to me. Do whatever you want. And maybe up until today you've escaped some permanent physical damage. I don't know that, and neither do you. Get tested, please. If you will do nothing else, you have to. That girls especially, you need to get tested this week, again in 6 months, again in a year, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Please do that. Who's to say the next time you decide to put this gun to your head, it doesn't go off? Who's to say that the strain of HPV you're carrying today won't kill you, but the one you get next week will? When are you going to begin to build integrity, discipline, trust? You could start today. Don't ever let anyone tell you that because you've had sex in the past means you have to keep doing it, because you don't. You choose. I had a little girl in Anchorage, Alaska. She ran right up to me. She had no personal space, right in my face. She said, Pam, I'm a recycled virgin. I said, cool. She said, when I was 15, I had sex, left me with so much pain, and I knew that I didn't want to keep getting used and dumped and used and dumped. I wanted sex to mean something. I didn't want scarred fallopian tubes. I didn't want cancer. And Pam, I made a commitment that I wouldn't have sex again until I was married. I said, sweetheart, that's so awesome. Someday when you get married, you're going to have to tell that boy what you did when you were 15. You will have to rehearse your past. But you're going to be able to look at that boy and you're going to be able to say, for the last 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, whatever it is, I have waited for you. And we're going to know what kind of damage was done because we've had some years to make sure she's okay. You can walk out of here and keep doing what you've been doing, and there is a cost at the end of that road. Or today, you can say no more. Choice is yours. Someone's going, yeah, but Pam, you don't get it. If I went to my boyfriend or girlfriend and told them I loved them, we love each other. I don't want to break up, but I don't want the sex. They'll dump me. I mean, if I want to have sex with them, it's over. Really? What's your relationship based on? It's based on sex. Want to test a relationship that's sexual? Want to find out if they love you? Do you even want to know? Got a challenge for you today. Stop. See what's left. If they love you, they will still be around. If they dump you simply because you want to have sex with them, you just learned what that was all about. And as painful as it is, students, it is a lot less painful to learn it when you're 17 than to learn it 8 years into a marriage where someone's cheated on you, dumped you, and left you with 2 kids. A lot less painful to learn it now. Don't believe me? You don't have to. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. If you're sitting here today and you've never had sex, you are a virgin, I got something I want to say to you today. And the first thing I want to say is that you are not alone. Please do not believe the lie the media has told an entire generation of students. Well, they're all doing it. They're animals. They're out of control. You are not an animal. You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals. You can choose to say yes, and you can choose to say no. And thousands of teens across this nation are currently choosing to say no. CDC released stats last year that made every second I've spent on the road in 15 years worth it. We now have more virgins in high school than we have had in 15 years. This pendulum is swinging back. And finally, far more students are beginning to choose to wait. If you're sitting here today and you're a virgin, I want to say this to you in case you never hear it again. Please hear it from me. Good for you. Good for you. You have something so special and so valuable, it is worth whatever it takes to get to your marriage with no past, fear, or disease. It's not going to be easy. You're going to get laughed at. Kids are going to say to you, you're not having sex. Everybody else is doing it. It's kind of freak. What's wrong with you? You like Star Wars? What's the problem? Don't listen to that. I had a senior boy chase me down the hall of his high school, 6'8", huge boy. Teachers saw him talking to me, told me he was a 4.0 student, full ride scholarship to play basketball at Duke University. He chased me down his Buffalo high school going like this. Virgin! You don't miss a 6'8" basketball player yelling virgin at you. He caught up to me and he said this, Pam, it's easy for girls. It's easy for girls to tell people they're virgins, but you don't know what it's like for a boy. You don't hear the locker room talk. You don't hear the boys on my basketball team telling me, who they're sleeping and what girls they're having sex with. What do I say to my buddies when they're mocking me? Because I'm a virgin and a senior and a virgin.